Hello.
Hi.
We are
Who's
back.
us? We're here.
How are yous? Good answers. Let's try this thing.
It
So
smells like fucking Christmas, man.
it's called a ethyl. Yeah, I'll look up the name again. Okay. So it's called a ethyl Bessos. Sorry, I sent it to Melissa yesterday. There.
It's fucking banana bread.
Here we go. Yes. Yes. Thank God you got that without me telling you.
Straight up banana bread, man.
So it's called Athol Bros. I was right. It was just weird. So it's 2 ounces of scotch, a half ounce of 3/4 3-to-1 ratio honey syrup, and then basically floated heavy cream on top. And I was like, that sounds good, but what I would want to do is make that like a banana bread. So I tried it yesterday, and I was like, okay, this is how the cocktail tastes. And then after that, I threw a banana in the scotch, a banana in the cream on the top. Just let them sit overnight. Filtered them this when I got home today, and then did that. Also, I threw some walnuts in.
I saw the walnuts, yeah.
In the honey and in the thing, and then I added a little bit of walnut bitters and Giffard that is not in the normal recipe, because the normal recipe is just the 3 things: the honey, scotch, and whipped heavy cream. Not super whipped, but shaken so that it's heavy enough that it'll float on the top. What he described was like if you put it in like a little bottle and you can float a little bead of it on your finger and it doesn't fall off. I got close to that.
It's fucking good.
And then, yeah, some shaved cinnamon on top. So, I'm very happy with that.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting ginger snaps because it smelled like a ginger snap.
Yeah, it's the cinnamon on the top.
1412.
All right.
That's a movie, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
12. I don't know, whatever. It's a time.
Yeah.
But I finally got to see stand-up comedian Ryan Sickler. I mentioned it, I think, previous episode that I was going to go see him. I finally went and saw him on Friday. Really fucking cool. He's pretty funny. Did know a chunk of this material because I listened to him on podcasts, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was fun to hear like different versions of some of those stories. Long story short, he died almost, and then was stuck. He went to the hospital for a simple procedure and then was stuck there for a month. He was supposed to be an outpatient, and then he was stuck there for a month. And because he has a disease where his blood will clot if he like sits still or something like that, and because they didn't move him they were like, you're allowed to leave, and he passed out and had a heart attack that second. So yeah, they were doing the stair test at the end to see he could leave after like 2 weeks, and then nope, or like a week or whatever, and then yeah, he basically barely passed it, and then fainted, had a heart attack right then and there, and then he was stuck there. Stuck when he first got there, being stuck in a wing with a crackhead who's addicted to it, who just wants Dilaudid. Yeah. Oh, that's on this side.
No, I split my lip.
Oh, yeah, so okay, mine. That's the other side, though. Other side.
That's fine.
There you go. I was like, I'm not gonna flip it to you until you get the cream off your face.
Okay. They can see it. There's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be on there. But yeah, so that was really cool. It was at the Magic Bag in front. Yeah, I've actually never been there for a music show. I've only been there for stand-up twice. I saw Ari Shaffir and I saw Ryan there now.
I saw Pauly Shore there.
Yeah.
It was like right after his dad died.
Mm.
Like, I think maybe the day his dad died.
I know he did a show that happened. I didn't know if it was here.
I think it was here. It was either like the day of or like a couple days after, because the news hadn't even broken yet.
Yeah.
Like, he did his whole set and then came out after and was like, "Hey guys, thank you for being here. My dad died and he would have wanted me to come out here." And we were like, "What?"
Yeah, okay, because he definitely talked about that on podcasts of like that's how he dealt with it. He was kind of like, I'm just gonna keep doing the thing. I don't want to bum this entire crowd out or whatever. And then I was like, no, they'll get it.
Yeah.
That's fair. You can cancel and come back.
Yeah, we'll understand.
Just tell them like your tickets are redeemable at the same time. You don't have to get new tickets. Just move the date, reschedule.
Yeah.
Because that's what I hate is I think sometimes they should give you the option if you would like to refund them or just let them move to a new date whenever it's scheduled, kind of thing.
I would like both options because, like, especially for someone like me, like, I can't just like reschedule.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know where I'm gonna be in December.
Yeah. No, 100%. Well, I guess to me it's more of like once they have the new date that you'd be like, hey, I can do that or not.
Yeah, like you can go on this date or refund.
Yeah. But no, it was really cool. I was glad to go there. Took Alyssa, we went to Howie's Bayou because it's right next to it, and found out there's a new cocktail place right there that just like opened up. Honestly, probably within the next the last couple months or so, called the Syndicate. We didn't go there because obviously we literally didn't have a clue. We just saw it. It was across the parking lot. We were like, oh shit. And we looked up the menu and shit while we were waiting for our food in the other place, and it actually has food because we thought it was just cocktails too. So we were like, all right, well, it's really fancy cocktails kind of thing, and then also food and stuff. So we're like, all right, well, we'll have to make a thing of that eventually.
Yeah, it'd be dope. Come head out this way, man. I'll fucking go, or head out this way where you live. You know what I mean? Head out where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some dope shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always find it weird now when I either go to Ferndale or Royal Oak because I go through the highway, and you have to pass that giant apartment building now that didn't used to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it kind of bums me out because I used to be able to see the line was the fucking zoo tower, water tower.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's just a giant apartment building. Yeah. It's a nice, like, fancy-ish apartment building, but like
I miss seeing the zoo tower.
I miss seeing the zoo tower in the sky, and now it's just this block. It's a black block.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I got my exits right there because of the zoo.
Yeah, and it's just weird. It's us being old and being like, because that's the way things grow. Is like. Yeah. It's like when our grandparents are like, I remember when Van Dyke didn't have fucking shit on it. It was a dirt road.
Not my grandparents.
My grandparents. No, I actually had I think my grandpa was like, he went to Van Dyke at one point, like fucking 40 years ago. He didn't live here at the time. He just was down here for a thing that happened to have to drive through it. And he's like, it was that or grass shit. He was like, it was one of the roads where it was like, it was well before it was anything close to what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, 40 plus years ago, my grandparents lived up here in the 60s, like the Detroit riots and shit.
Yeah.
But I want to say my grandma's from Alabama. I don't know where my grandpa's from. And then my grandparents on my mom's side are from Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, my grandma might be from Kansas. But I want to say she's from Iowa, too. Yeah.
So I think... So my mom was born in Illinois, I believe.
Ew.
Yeah. I didn't... So I really should know this shit. Which is terrible, because I am her medical power of attorney.
Yeah. I think my mom was born in Council Bluffs, too.
Yeah, if what I believe is my mom was born in either there or somewhere in Indiana, and then moved to Michigan when she was very little, and then grew up here after like the age of I don't know 9 or 10 or some shit like that. From what I understand,
Where was I born?
Kansas.
Okay. It was a test to see if you would say Kentucky. Everybody says Kentucky for some reason. I don't get it.
Because it's the better state with a K.
No. Kentucky's racist. Kansas is also racist, but less known.
That's what I mean.
It's
At least Kentucky has bourbon. Kansas has
barbecue.
Kansas.
Barbecue.
It's Kansas barbecue.
Yeah.
But it's Kansas.
City, which is Missouri. But Missouri took Kansas City from us.
Yeah. And that's where the Chiefs play.
Yeah.
In Missouri. It's hilarious.
Well, part of it's in Kansas, too. The bad part.
Yeah.
Like the really bad part.
Because it's Kansas.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say there's only 2 states that start with K, right? Kansas and Kentucky. I'm not missing
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Colorado.
If you're cool, it starts with a K.
No, I was talking about the uncool people.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, no, there's only 2 that start with a K.
Yeah.
I think.
No, we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah.
'Cause the only one that would even sound close to it is Connecticut, and it starts with a C. So
same with Colorado.
yeah. I finally got to see people. We did the Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
And say that happened since we recorded.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a second.
That was fun though.
Yeah,
Good time.
I'm glad I finally downloaded Mortal Kombat on there.
Yeah.
It took
what was being downloaded? We came upstairs. You were doing something. We came upstairs, and the kid that was here was playing Mortal Kombat, and you looked up and you were like, "Oh, something was downloading."
He was downloading a pack,
Ah,
and he said it was free. I was like, okay. I probably should look at my
yeah.
statement now that I think about it.
But I remember seeing that and be like, "Oh no."
I want to look at my statement right now because I didn't. He said it was just like a free skin pack or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's probably fine." It was just probably like an update that I didn't do.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, click." But yeah, it was.
That's $49.99.
Son of a bitch. No, he didn't do shit. You were good. It was no, it was fun to get download Mortal Kombat finally and watch. I had it available and people actually played it, which was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't play it until afterwards. I started doing the story mode. There's actually a story.
Nice.
And it's movie sequence style where you kind of there's like she's fine. She's not yelling. There was a crash downstairs. That's why they stopped. But it's like it's all totally movie style. And then all of a sudden you interact in the fight scenes in the movie that happen, and then you do the fights.
Okay, that's kind of a dope way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like so far I'm only like fucking 3 fights in, and then I stopped because I was just like, all right, I'm just kind of starting it, and then we were doing something.
Yeah.
Football. That's what it was. Game came on or whatever. It was just like Sunday morning. That's what it was. I did it Sunday morning before all the games came on at a time. But yeah, it's really fucking cool. I'm excited. You play as Kung Lao, something like that. I don't know if it's a new character. I'm blanking on the name. And then you're like friends with Raiden.
Yeah. I don't remember many of the names.
Raiden's the old electric guy.
I know Raiden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other guy I don't. Yeah, that's what I figured. The other guy I don't know, but it's before Raiden has.
The dude with the hat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Kung Lao.
Yes, Kung Lao. Yeah.
No. It's paper.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? It looked like it was just Crane that fell. I was like, oh.
I was like, why is it hard?
That's what I was like, what? No, so you play as Kung Lao, and then, the Raiden's like your friend, and then you do, start, like, it's like before you have powers, before Raiden has his powers yet. It seems like that's far what the storyline seems. Like, all of a sudden, like, I got attacked by Scorpion and Sub-Zero smoke first. I was like, all right, well, it's interesting. It's cool. Okay. I'm interested to see what the whole thing is.
Yeah, it'd be dope. I think I mentioned it on the last one. Hold on, my phone is ringing. I beat God of War, which was dope, and now I gotta find Chrissy ordered us tickets to the Soup and Stroll.
To the what?
To the
yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be cool.
Find something new to play, man. Like,
download Mass Effect.
No.
I know. Well, like, here's the thing: is like, realistically, it'd be fun to play with you in that game, but it is. I mean, each game is at least 70 to 80 hours.
Yeah, I still got a decent amount of God of War to do because I don't want to platinum it because some of the shit's wild. Like, you gotta fucking spend like 30 hours defeating the same enemies to gather shit. Cheers, buddy. But I still want to like 100% it and like at least unlock all the armors, not like level them all up. I want to do all the side quests and shit. Do the epilogue. But then I think I might play Ratchet and Clank. I want something simple.
That's fair.
Like a little beat 'em up, you know.
That's fair.
And with PlayStation Plus, it has every Ratchet and Clank, so I might play all of those.
That's not bad. I've still never even played those, so.
Oh, they're fun, man. It's got a cool story.
I mean, I think we talked about this a while ago, but every time I think of that, I think of Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, same kind of game, basically.
Yeah. Or like Jak and
Daxter. Yeah, it's got all the Jak and Daxters on PlayStation Plus too.
But, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really want to play those. I remember the second one being really hard, and I don't want to do that to myself.
Yeah, I for whatever reason I just never picked up those two. I didn't get. I stopped at I don't know what game came out around then, because I was like, it's probably
I mean, it was before 2005.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's so long ago. I don't even remember what game I was.
I didn't even live in Michigan.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
You were in Michigan. Damn.
I still probably had a little bit of an accent because I was going through speech therapy at the time.
Y'all.
Girlfriend. Yeah, that's right. I had one of those speech impediments. Widowy. It sucked. I had to say whirlpool in a mirror every day for like 30 minutes a day.
Whirlpool in a mirror?
Whirlpool. No, looking into a mirror, making like eye contact with myself, going, whirlpool.
Whirlpool.
Yeah, because it used to sound like whirlpool. Yeah.
Whirlpool. Is that a Whirlpool?
Is that a Whirlpool?
That's a Pokemon.
Poliwhirl.
No, I think actually Whirlpool is. No, there's a.
I think so.
Like a bug now. Yeah, it's funny.
I don't know any of the Pokemon.
I just restarted Brilliant Diamond on my Switch because I was like, I kind of just feel like playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
I never end up I've realized like I never end up beating them now. I get to the point where like you're supposed to make the long trek to the Pokemon League because I have a profile on the Switch and Melissa has a profile on the Switch. I played 2 different Pokemon games, one on each, so I didn't have to restart on the other. Well, literally both of them, when I
I'm sorry.
When I opened them up, both of them, when I hit the start menu where it tells you what you're supposed to do next or what you were doing, it said head to the Pokemon League. And I was like, fuck, I always stop here. And it's always somewhere in that water path on the way. I just like, fuck it. I never get back to it.
They're the same fucking game every time, man.
I mean, honestly, to me, the joy is the beginning part. It's not even beating it anymore, because I know I've beaten it and I can sometimes, but a lot of the time it more is like I just enjoy the beginning part of like picking your Pokemon and then like getting the gyms. That's the fun of it.
Starting the journey.
Yeah. Honestly, like I think they're supposed to do a new Pokemon soon.
Probably, yeah.
But as I'm sitting here thinking about it, like I'm really excited for that. And because I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to get it because I vowed as a young lad that I will always get a Pokemon game. Not every single one, but all the ones that are this style where it is some version of pick up a Pokemon and gym badge. Like I didn't buy Pokemon Snap. I rented it. I did not buy it.
I didn't have a 64.
We got it.
My parents weren't divorced.
Yeah, we got it the year after divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how everybody got them.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
technically they were. And they were never married. And then my mommy got a new guy who was cool. And they didn't divorce, which is why I didn't get an N64.
You got a Game Boy.
Yeah, because of terrorism.
Because of terrorism. No, I got I mean like I only got I got the Pokemon Stadiums, of course, eventually.
Yeah.
And I still play those on there too because they're on there now. They have almost all the Zeldas. They have because they have the emulators on there, and they're adding games as it goes.
They need to be better about it.
They are.
No.
Well, they should be.
They're not. There's so many games that like you cannot play without an emulator. Because a lot of those games they had a battery in them, and once the battery dies, the cartridge is dead. Now it has a lifespan of like fucking 20 to 80 years or some shit that's wild like that. But once it's dead, it's dead. Without emulators, there would be no way to play the game. But Nintendo's like, no, you have to buy it from us. Like they wanted to go after people that were buying used games. Like Nintendo is awful.
They really are terrible, but they are starting to add games.
Yeah.
Like every month or so I check and they've added like 4 games to each of the emulators. But they have like both Pokemon Stadiums. They just added Pokemon on the Advance. It was the Rescue Team.
Oh yeah.
I did get that one.
Pokemon
Dungeon yes.
Something?
Yeah. The dungeon one. I got that one.
Yeah, those looked cool. I rented one of those once. A long time ago. Yeah, but I never finished it. And then I had it on my phone as an emulator for a while.
I feel like I finished it, but I don't remember what the ending was.
That's me with a lot of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did get it. I noticed that was one of the ones that they added. It was like that, and then like a couple ones I hadn't heard of. But like, yeah, they have all of the version. Now they have all of the emulators of all of the systems that Nintendo did.
Mm.
Actually, they don't have a GameCube.
Probably because they already remastered and re-released all the good GameCube games.
Yeah, that's honestly probably most of it. Is they already did 90% of that, and then also like they might just say fuck it. Those games we're just gonna remaster before. But they did. They also have Star Fox.
Okay.
Which I definitely started playing, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed, and I haven't played it again. Ocarina of Time, started that, and didn't finish it. But now I know it's there. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain...
It's a good game. It's a little outdated, and there's some...
Majora's Mask.
It's put on a very high horse. I'll leave it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I love the game, but it is not as good as people say it is.
Yeah, I was like, when I was playing Majora's Mask, I was trying to trying to get a little bit of it, but I just ended up, like, I only had like an hour, so it wasn't long enough to really get into it. I did definitely play, because they have, I've talked about it on here, the Rod of Four Seasons.
Yeah.
So they have that one on there. They don't have the other one.
Oracle of something.
Yeah. Well, maybe they do, but they only have they for sure have Rod of Four Seasons. So I started playing that again because I was like, I need to beat this because I never got to.
Yeah.
But then I want to play some Pokemon.
I might do that with Final Fantasy IX. Because I always say I'm gonna beat it, and then I never do. Like, I get all the way to the end, and then I'm like, I'm done. But I might do it this time.
It's technically me with all of the Kingdom Hearts games. I never beat the final battles. I get almost there, and I'm like, cool, I did most of the game.
Still have my Kingdom Hearts 3?
I don't believe so. I think when I moved, I gave that back.
Yeah, I think. Well, when I moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we moved and then you moved. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But I technically never beat those. Oh, but which was another reminder to Friendsgiving. That same kid, before he was in the living room there playing Mortal Kombat, he was playing Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, he was playing something in the living room. I saw him and was like, hello.
He's autistic.
I know.
Yeah.
I figured. But,
Yeah.
You know, walking into the house and just seeing somebody playing a game and like two people upstairs, I was like, huh. And I walked downstairs and was like, there's a shit ton more people. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was just, so he just sat there and played. He just sat there. I was like, all right, whatever game he picks, there's a bunch there already. So,
Yeah.
So I knew we had, I think we even had that Jesus game there.
Yeah. That game is fucking wild.
I was just like, all right, that's he said, I all of a sudden I look in there and he was playing Mass Effect. I was like, oh, okay, no shit, that's cool. Like, not sure how far he got, if he restarted, if he just started up my campaign from somewhere. But I was like, to me, that was like, that's your sign. You're supposed to play the game, because he randomly just decided to start playing it.
I get that, man.
He apparently wants to come hang out and play. He doesn't have any, like, male friends, I guess. Yeah. He's got 2 sisters.
Yeah.
And his mom. So he's, like, desperate for some dude attention, I guess. So I was like, all right, we'll have to have a guy's night and him over and, I don't know, just
vibe.
Play video games, really. But yeah, I was just like, all right, well, I really should now. Like, Penny will enjoy it because we'll hang out in the big room.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, I thought about getting it and playing it, but I don't know. It's got RPG elements. It's kind of dope, but I feel like that's one of those games where if I put it down for too long, I'm gonna forget what the fuck I was doing. You know?
Yeah, that's fair, because it is a giant game, and you do need time to be like, all right, I'm coming home for like 2 weeks, and this is what I'm doing.
I am off December 20th to January 6th.
I mean, you could dedicate,
which is a wild day to take off. I have 2 weeks of prep time. This is what it looks like. Like, what is he preparing for? I don't know. I just have fucking 14 days of vacation to use.
Fuck it. Well, there you go. That's something you can do if you want in between catching up on whatever stuff.
Yeah, taking my car to the shop, going to see my parents.
Did you get the car starter?
Huh?
Your auto start?
No. I loaned someone money to fix their garage. So instead of getting the remote start, I helped somebody get their garage door. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll get it eventually. I also figured, like, after this program's up, I'm probably going to get sent somewhere else to where I'll have a rental and shit again. So it'll be like, the rental will probably have one. You know?
That's fair. That's not actually... Or where do you think you're going to send? Canada again?
I don't know. They told me that the work permit stuff's ready. I just got to go do the final interview, which you fly in, because apparently it's easier to do at the Toronto airport. Like, they're, I don't want to say more lax, but like they're not as much of assholes.
Yeah.
Compared to the bridge and the tunnel.
Yeah.
So you go in, they ask you a shit ton of questions, make sure you're not a criminal.
There you go.
You still get denied, which has me sitting there like, you're gonna fly me in and I can still get denied? What happens if I get denied and my flight doesn't leave for 2 more weeks? I can't go into Canada. They said no. You know?
I mean, like, yeah, you're going to have to pay for me to have a ticket back.
You're gonna. But I don't know. Right now there's only Eagle Bend, which is Tennessee, I think. We're waiting on Orion to pick up. DHAM is going down until like mid-January for some reason. Plus, we don't really have any work there. They both want us out of where I'm currently at and want us to stay forever. Because we've fixed so many things. But they want us to be done with our line.
Yeah.
Because they don't have money. But then they want us to stay and fix the lines they gave to another company instead of giving it to us. Yeah. Like half of our people are fixing the other line that we were told not to touch. And now that the other company's out of there, they're like, hey, can you come please fix this? And we're like,
no.
But then our bosses were like, we don't have any work for you, so go fix that.
Honestly, at that point, that's when you're just strong on and be like, no. I mean, I technically were getting paid, but it's just dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on my line, which is fine. But
that's good.
It's extra annoying because when we were doing support, we told them, like, hey, we were told we're only allowed to work on stuff that's already bought off. We cannot work on the other stuff because that's another company's stuff.
Yeah.
If we work on it, that's a conflict of interest, and also they could get mad and be like, hey, these guys worked on it. We're done. Pay us.
Yeah.
Like, no more support from them. So now that we're doing buy-offs on our line, the maintenance people are like, no, you wouldn't help us on those lines, so you can handle your own lines. And we're like, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be over here. We're not supposed to be over there. And also, 4 of our guys are over there helping you now because you fucked up the buy-off over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you're like, our company literally has nothing to do with those, so we're legally not allowed to touch those. Yeah. We can get fired for...
We can't get fired now because they bought off. So it is their line now.
Got it.
But it got bought off quickly because they fucked up and started working on the line instead of letting the company who made it do it. So the second you, like, if I was building you a line,
yeah,
the second you bring your tools in and fuck with my line, you just bought it. It's yours. Because whatever you did, either I'm going to have to fix it and you're going to have to pay me more money, or I'm going to be like, hey, you touched it, I wasn't done with it, you touched it, you might have fucked something up, you're not blaming me for it, it's yours now.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
I mean, not really, but
No, it's all politics, but it is also like, if I'm building you something and you come in and start fucking with it, you might have just removed a safety, you might have bypassed something.
Yeah.
You can't come at me for anything now that you've touched it.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's pretty much like, oh, you bought that cell now. That's yours. Like, done.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of legality and safety shit and blah, blah, blah. We almost had one of the cells we worked on. We almost been like, yeah, it's yours now. Because we walked by and like all the emergency stops were off. And we're like, we didn't do that. They're like, oh yeah, we stole them for, the emergency stops broke over here. So we took those to pop in there and then we ordered new ones. And we were like,
those aren't yours to take.
They technically are yours because you're buying them and you paid for them. But like, you just removed the safety.
So stupid.
But it's all politics and shit. And honestly, if we do go over there, we'll probably have the lines fixed in like a week. One of our guys got it from a fucking 60% to a 92. Like, it's fucking golden now.
I started the new job since we last recorded at work, but
your materials.
Yeah, well, still, in materials, but I got it actually like signed up and own a job.
Okay.
Now, so I put the steering gears on a cart that gets taken to the line so they can put them on the cars. But each rack is 18 and I get 2 at a time. So I put 64 steering gears in a rack each time. Takes about like 30 minutes or so if I'm being good. And then I usually get to sit for like 15 to 20 minutes if the line's humming.
Nice.
But it's also still 64 steering gears. I have a little hoist. It's fast, but it's not fast enough, so I'm only using them for the shit that's further away. Because the stuff that's closer is the stuff they use more, so I just end up still like... Out of like 64 of them, I end up hand moving like probably 35 to 40, maybe 45 on a good one, because then I can get it done fast. But yeah, it's taking some getting used to. It's interesting trying to go to the gym now because I'm like, all right, well, like I didn't go for this whole week until today is the first day I went back to the gym, because I was like, all right, I need to like do this job and then see how my body feels first before I start trying to like go to the gym and then go to work and just can't work and it's miserable all day.
I get that.
Definitely know a couple exercises I will not be doing anymore because they were put in there before I had this. So I'm like, hey, I'm not doing good mornings no more because that's all I do all day, essentially. So, problem was she wasn't at the gym today. She came in and like got something and left kind of thing while I was working out, and I didn't, interrupt her or stop. But I did take a picture of the shit of my job, so I can be like, all right, this is what I'm actually like, kind of what I'm doing, so you have an idea. But yeah. Trying to think. Had the one other thing I was gonna mention from Friendsgiving was the
roulette.
Wait, what?
Were you downstairs when they mentioned that? Like, I know a game we could play, the roulette thing.
Oh, I mean, I might have been, but
wild.
What was the roulette thing?
We'll talk offline. I love her, but like, so many of us were like, no, I've had that happen before. We're not playing that game.
Okay, I was gonna say because I probably might not have been. There was like a solid like probably
It might have been the chunk when you were upstairs.
yeah. There was probably 20 or 30 minutes where I was upstairs watching because my friends were playing Mortal Kombat together. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna sit here and eat my dessert while I watch them play Mortal Kombat. That's probably when it happened.
It was hilarious because all of us. I didn't realize how many of us have had that thing happen. You were there for it. We'll talk offline, but I'm giving hints. Somebody's gonna guess. So many of us were like, "No, thank you."
Well, we'll see. Yeah, but either way, no, that wasn't it. Thought of another thing. I did make cocktails with the non-alcoholic gin and or whiskey for Emilio and Sarah.
Okay.
They both enjoyed them, so that was cool. I was like, I've never done anything with them, so I'm intrigued. And then the other thing was, so I didn't realize like how much happened while I was carving that fucking turkey.
Yeah.
Like, because I started doing that, and essentially as that happened, it seems like everyone in there, like the whole party showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like trying to focus on doing it right, and apparently everyone was trying to talk to me.
Oh, a bunch of people were trying to talk to you, and then a bunch of us guys were just standing back, like, you know, the dads at a grill.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you should maybe flip it now. You gonna use those tongs?
Yeah.
You sure? We were all doing that. Like, while you're sitting there carving, we're like, you sure? That knife? You sure? You're gonna cut it there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
But
laughing.
all of us were like, I don't know how to fucking carve a turkey.
I mean, yeah, that was so like it's funny because like it's definitely different carving the turkey when it's spatchcocked than when it's cut normally, because like I definitely left a little bit of the meat more on the bone than I usually do.
Yeah.
Because because it's all flattened out, and so I'm used to having like this weird one cut, and that obviously is not that. So but dude, that turned out really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good turkey, man.
I was happy. It definitely went in a little too long because everyone was like, "Oh, that's a giant turkey. I don't know if I'll get done." I'd veer on the side of putting it in sooner than later, and I'm like, "No," but I did. And I was wrong. I should have just listened to myself.
Meat thermometer.
I have one, but like, I don't know where it's at. I have the one for the grill because it came with it, and but it's only for that. So, but eventually I was like, next year, I know I'm gonna do same thing I did this year, except I'm gonna wet brine it a day in advance and then dry brine it after that. Like double the flavor on there and be like, fuck you, this can be tons turkey.
It was a shit ton of food. Like, I did not eat the next day.
Yeah.
Until like fucking 7 o'clock.
That's one of my favorite things about that day. Is it really is like, all right, like there's one, all of our friends really are really, really good cooks. So when they show up with stuff, like it's a good time. Brennan with those goddamn pizza dough, like the pepperoni sticks. Oh yeah.
But I did not know.
Yeah, me either.
I took a bite. I thought it was a fucking dinner roll. And I took a bite and was like, I was like, what is this?
I had no clue that's what that was because it was not there when it was explained, but I ate it and I was like, oh, dude, that was like really fucking good. Oh, yeah. And then did not know that the croissants weren't just croissants, that they had cheese in them. Otherwise, I would have eaten one that night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that. Croissants. We have a bunch. We still have a couple downstairs. I've been eating a couple every day. They're good.
Shit.
Yeah. But they would have grabbed one if I had known. I was just like, oh, like essentially, eventually, I'll make another trip, and I just kind of didn't because I was busy. But yeah, I've been eating the fuck out of those. I ate the rest of the pepperoni rolls as like snacks, dude. Those if I throw them in the oven so they're extra crispy again, oh my god.
Dude, I visibly, like, when I bit into them, I literally went like that. I took a bite and was like, like,
why is there meat in my mouth? Why is there meat in my mouth?
I looked down while I was like chewing a little. I was like, oh, pizza. Like, I went from like fear and terror into, oh, this is good.
Dude, I did the same thing. I was like, wait, what? And I looked and I saw the triangles and I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, this is really, dude, like, that was phenomenal. The Skylar's wings were fucking bomb.
I didn't have any of those.
Are they gone?
No, I think I'm so used to having the beard that, like,
oh, you don't get, yeah.
I was like, I'm not getting messy foods because then I got to go in the bathroom and make sure it's all cleaned out. Like, this length, I could get away with it. It's easier.
Yeah.
But, like, when it was Barbarian year, it was like, no.
Yeah, that's fair.
No wings, nothing with sauce, nothing dusty. Like,
yeah, I was just like, all right, well, I have to get one of those because they look really good and they were really good.
The mac and cheese was better this year.
Yeah, the mac and cheese is really good.
Better than the person who made it last year.
I don't remember who made
prior. It was the year my dad was here. A lot better than the person who made it that year.
I don't even remember who made it.
I do.
Do you? Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking shit.
That's fair.
They don't watch. I think they don't watch.
Gotcha. Well, either way, no, it was really good this year. The fucking potatoes were good this year because someone brought those. We had Brussels sprouts. We had a vegetable. That was cool.
I didn't see Brussels sprouts.
They probably got eaten real quick. I don't think there was a ton.
Probably a good thing I didn't get Brussels sprouts. It makes you fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good, but they were definitely softer, obviously, because they're not fresh. They're gonna be.
Yeah.
I hate that I didn't take a picture of my turkey or of my plate and all of the food that was there because I need to remember to be like, all right, like I should start taking recollection of like, all right, this is the turkey from this year, this is this one, and then like, here's all the food we brought. This is what we did. This year we just did that, and then Melissa made cranberry brie bites instead of mashed potato bar and the turkey and yeah.
We went to Urban Italian on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I got the 32-ounce tomahawk. I could have eaten it all there.
Yeah.
100%. But Kai came up to talk to us, and I was like, maybe a third of the way through the steak.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I can't be rude and continue to eat this steak while you're over here talking to us. And then when he left, everyone else was like, oh, I'm stuffed. And I was like, fuck, well, I can't sit here and eat while you guys aren't eating because you're going to judge me. Like, so I took it all home. And
yeah.
They're like, oh, you got enough steak for like a week. And I was like, haha, sure. I ate it all yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, immediately. Yeah. And Chrissy came home and was like, oh, how much steak do you have left? And I was like, none. I ate it. And Fred was like, all of it? Chrissy was like, all of it? I saw how big it was. And I was like, yeah. I could have done it yesterday, but y'all stopped eating, so I have to stop eating. Because I don't want you to judge me while I'm fucking tearing into 32 ounces of beef.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's a lot. At Friendsgiving, too. Once everybody else started putting their plates away, I was like, fuck, I gotta hurry up.
Oh, no, yeah, I almost got seconds, but I was just like, I was running around. Dude, honestly, like, that sounds really good. We're not going to...
On Tuesdays. What's hilarious is Kai sent me the photo of their special.
Mm-hmm.
The special is exactly what I ordered, but it's called Tomahawk for 2. I ordered it for 1.
That's fair.
Like, it was massive, man.
Well,
but Tuesdays, it's only $130 divided by 2, $75.
That's not. I mean, to be fair, yeah, 32-ounce steak.
32-ounce steak, potatoes, squash, 2 types of pasta.
Yeah. That sounds fucking bomb, dude. Yeah. So, last thing I'll say before we wrap it up real quick. My parents are going to Florida with my uncle. He bought a place down there somewhere.
Nassau uncle?
No.
Okay.
Uncle Dave. But he's been bugging them to come down there for some holiday or whatever for like 2 or 3 years now since he got it. And they've been like, fine, we're going to come down like the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So me and Melissa are probably just hanging out here for Thanksgiving.
Do you want to... I don't get to do this usually. I'm excited. Normally, I'm the friend that gets asked this. You want to come to my family's?
No.
Okay.
Because
That's usually my answer, too.
Yeah, no, because this is the one time we're purposely like. Originally, we were only gonna go to my family's because her family side can't. It's not like there's some good shit, but the turkey sass. Yeah. And if you do see this, fine. I'll make you my turkey so you know what I'm talking about.
I'll call out everybody's turkey.
Yeah, your turkey sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's bad. Anyways, but because that's happening, we're doing it December 7th instead.
Okay.
So we're just like, all right, well, we're just gonna decide to like relax and not drive around while everyone's doing crazy things. We'll get some food. Honestly, we're probably just gonna make steaks. I was like, I'm probably gonna invite my brother because since my parents are now out of the house, he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I don't know if he's gonna go with his girlfriend. I don't know if they're there yet, kind of thing. That's where I'm gonna be like, hey, if you're just sitting at the house, you don't want to like, be by yourself, then you can come over with us. We'll get you an extra steak and I'll just cook it for you too, or whatever I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
But
it's nice. Like, I love my family.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but like having the holidays just off work, not having to go anywhere, so nice.
I was telling Melissa, like, I miss when snow is around. Like, I get that.
I get it.
Yeah. Not for obviously the annoyance of travel and risk of crash and all that bullshit, but like, I like when there's snow on the ground, and when you have a day off and there's snow on the ground, it's extra better because you don't have to travel in it, and it gives you... It makes the doubling down of staying home make more sense to everyone. You get to be cozy. It's the vibes that snow brings, and I miss it, and I want it, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Like, because it is getting here soon. I noticed this morning.
It's coming.
It was a little bit of snow this morning when I got out of my car and I was walking in the taillights. Or in the headlights of some of the cars I'm walking past, I could see the little mini flickers of snow, and I was like, oh shit. Like, it's 30-ish degrees when I'm getting out there. I'm like, okay, we're getting there.
It's coming. I'll say the snow is nice.
Yeah.
Like, for that reason, the doubling down of, like, you have an excuse to not go anywhere. Everyone just thought I was sad. Like, every time, like, probably not you, but everyone else that was like, oh, dude, you can come to my family's thing. Like, we'll have a plate for you. No one needs to be alone on Thanksgiving. I'm like, I don't want to fucking go. Like, but I was trying to be polite back then where I was like, no, it's okay. Like, my family's in a different state. Like, it's all right. Like, I'll go to my grandma's house, and then that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's like, oh, dude, no, you can come to mine. I'm like, no, it's okay. But in my head, I'm like, I just don't want to. Now that I've started saying, like, no, I don't want to go to that, everyone's like, oh, okay. Like, but before, everyone just thought I was depressed, thought I was sad. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, now you can just be like, no, I'm just taking a me day instead. I'm just having a good me time.
Dude, you have no idea how nice it is to be, like, a paid day off work that you don't have to do anything.
Well, for Christmas this year, so this also just came up. Her parents decided that they want to fly us down for like we're just only going for like 4 days.
Okay.
From the 26th to the 29th.
That's 3 days.
Well, we fly out the 25th.
Okay.
So we land like at midnight, essentially, sleep in, and then spend a couple days there, and then come back because they were just like, I think they just want us down there for Christmas or whatever. We're like, all right, fuck it. If you're gonna pay for the tickets, yeah, we'll go. So we're gonna do that. But also, my family doesn't do Christmas Day anymore. Like my family has done Christmas Day, like the morning.
Yeah.
But like now they're like, obviously, like Abby's married, I'm married. We have like all these. It's always a hassle now. So like, I don't remember what the fuck's actually happening for that, because her families now do it earlier in the year, because sometimes Melissa's parents fly in, but they fly in early because it's like a $500 difference in plane tickets per person, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason that we're flying the night of Christmas, because it was a $900 difference per person. Or it was like $900 or $600 per person. It was $600 a person difference between the 25th and the 26th.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck it. Since we're not doing anything that day, me and Melissa are just gonna have our Christmas morning, hang out there for the whole day, and then go have drinks at the fucking. Honestly, we'll just probably get to the airport bar early and drink.
Yeah,
because that's like my favorite thing. I've said it before. I'll continue to say it every time I go on a trip. Airport bar is one of my favorite bars in the world, because again, it's about the vibes. You're about to go on a plane. You're going somewhere. You're supposed to be relaxing. You're done with work.
Yep.
The drinks are expensive, but because of the vibes, you can ignore it.
Yup. And they open at 8 a.m.
Yes, they do. It's fucking great. No
one's going to judge you.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows what time zone you're originally from.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm just like, all right, well, fuck it. That's going to be cool.
Nice.
But
I'm probably, depending on the consultation, because if I can get in there and then they're like, hey, we can schedule you for a vasectomy on Christmas, I'll be like, bed.
That's not.
You have the time off. Let's fucking nut up or shut up, dude.
You should suggest that. Be like, if unless you guys are decidedly off for that whole time, yeah.
And then what I might do is, like, I'm sure Chrissy's probably got stuff going on, like, but I might be like, hey, I gotta get my car looked at on the 23rd. I still want to go up to hang out with my parents. I have all this time off right now. I might be like, you can come up the 23rd with me after my car and then drive down, and I'll pay you money, and then I'll have my dad drive me home. To my parents.
Well, drive you to your parents?
Yeah, and if they do the vasectomy, like, during that time, somebody for sure probably drive me.
That's fair.
Because I Googled it, and you know how Google always gives you the answer? It gave you two. And one answer was, yeah, it's a simple procedure. You're okay. And the second one was, absolutely do not drive yourself home. And I was like, well.
Yeah, I'm going to take the safer option and not drive. So when is it? Well, whenever it is, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, consultation is the 10th.
I kind of want to be I want to be the one to drive you there.
DD?
I want to be your DD.
Nice.
I want to be your DD for the end of your D.
Yeah.
Well, the end of
my vast deference.
Right. You cannot spread your seed.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that being said, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Have a good one. Be nice to those who deserve it. And
be mean to those who deserve it.
Yeah. If you see someone actually saying your body, my choice, deck them.
Yeah, I got scissors.
Yep. Later, guys.
Bye.